Hi, I'm Brad Redding, the Director of Instruction at the Resort Course of Grand Dunes in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. There's a lot of jargon and slang in golf these days, and sometimes people don't understand what those terms or those phrases mean when the instructor's talking to them, and sometimes they're actually afraid to ask. Well, there's two of them that really kind of confuse some people. One of those is out to in or over the top. Now, when they talk about out to in or over the top, they're only referring to the downswing. It has nothing to do with the backswing. They're talking about how the club's traveling on the way down. It's above the swing plane, maybe even outside the target line, to in. So that'd be out to in, or it'd be over the top of their plane. Those two mean the same thing, but they only refer to the downswing. The other one would be in to out, in to out, which means it's actually very far inside the target line, underneath this plane, so in to out or under the bottom of their plane. Okay, but again, that's purely downswing. So when they're talking about that, they're referring only about your downswing. Now, the thing that's funny though is that the way to fix that, if I am too much out in, which is the most common problem in golf, you've got to fix the backswing. Because when someone comes over the top, they're doing it more out of necessity. They're not doing it because they want to, they have to find the golf ball. So if they go too far inside, they can't keep going that way because they go around their waist. So what they do is they go inside, they have to go up now, and the only way they can find the golf ball is move it this way. Because if they came down the way they went back in and up and came down this way, well, they bottom out about 2 feet inside the golf ball and about 2 feet behind the golf ball, they never find the golf ball. So this move they make on the way down is out of necessity. So if you've been trying to fix your over the top move but trying to swing it more inside out, that may not help, because the problem there is more of how I went back. So if I go more up along the plane, not way inside, more up, I can now go more in, and now on the way down, I can come more under this plane and find the back of the golf ball. Now, you may have heard the term that you should catch the golf ball than the ground. Well, technically speaking, that's true. It should be more ball than ground. But if I'm this way, I'm already way too out in front of it, so that'd be a bad thought for that person. If you got that move, you don't want to try to think that way. You want to reverse it a little bit. It'd be okay at first to find a little bit behind the golf ball, shallow but behind, and that would help you find more the back of the golf ball. So you'd start that way, and then you start working on trying to find the ball on the ground. Okay? So to fix a over the top move, out in, I need to work on the backswing. It'd go more along the plane, then in, and now under. So it's more of up, in, and under. Now that would be a loop, no question about it, but I tell you what, if I've been doing this for 30 years, that wouldn't feel like a loop. It is, but it doesn't feel like one. So when I get people to reverse a little bit, they feel that loop, but I tell you what, it's not as much of a loop as they think it is. We put it on video, we show it to them and say, you know what, that's not that much of a loop. I've always believed if you can find a little bit of the opposite where you've been, you can always find the middle. So the fix for over the top is now reverse it. Get to go more up along the plane, and then in, and now under. Now when you do that, I think that your body is going to work better, because the body tends to accommodate what the club is doing. So if you had some problems of maybe backing up, not shifting your weight, these kind of things, well, that happens because if I go in, up, and over, I've got to get out of my own way because I'm about to hit myself in the left leg. So the club is causing that move on your body, not your body. All right? So when I fix more of the up, in, and under, my body tends to work a little bit better on the way through. My weight can actually naturally move that way. So I'd stress to you to work more on the path of the golf club, which will also affect how the face travels, okay? And once you do that, I'm sure you'll see a huge change in your golf swing. So it'll make your lessons more productive by understanding what your instructor is talking about. That'll get your game to stay on plane.